It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Hello, Soul family. Jordan Peterson coming at you live from our Soul Studios. Happy New Year. You did it. You have survived. It is now 2025. One of my kids, trying to make me feel old, and it worked, told me that we are now closer to 2050 than we are to the year 2000, which hurts my feelings a little bit because 2000 was just a couple years ago. Yes, I was still in high school, but still, it was just a couple years ago. And 2050 seems like a really long ways away, and yet here we are. So I hope you guys had a great new year and that you're excited for everything we have going on and for your own goals and everything as well. Not only do we have a new year, but this show is going to be new as well. You'll see the format today that we'll be using going forward. And we even have a new co-host that will be co-hosting with me that I think you'll really be excited about, that you'll see next week. So stay tuned for that as well. As always, though, make sure you type in and let us know that you are out there so we can get your name into the bucket of fun, because we have some great little gifts going on today. A lot of mystery gifts. Kristen has done you guys a solid. And we have these great, have you not seen these yet? Oh my gosh. Chronic stress, that's so last year. Is that not perfect for the new year? These bags are fantastic. And they've got goodies in them like you would not believe. We've got the 4 chronic stress bags. And then we also have the fantastic Your Mind, Your Body, Your Life bag as well. And you guys, we got 4 of them today. She's got you guys hooked up like you wouldn't believe. So make sure you type in, let us know you're out there. If you're just watching, then we don't know you're there. And so you need to type in so we can see you, and we'll make sure that we get your name in there. As always, we like to do recognition. We're doing a little different. We're not going to do the rock and roll as of right now, but we still want to do these fantastic success keys because, man, they really are what puts us into a different realm as far as what you guys are doing. And they really are the keys to be able to move forward and continue to grow. So with that, we wanted to do a success key for the Prime Mentor, and we had a great group that was able to achieve this last month, and we want to spotlight one of them today, and that is Corinne Lott. Now, Corinne has been around since the very beginning of Soul, and there's really 2 requirements to hit Prime Mentor. 1, you got to hit Prime yourself, and 2, you need to help somebody who you've mentored on your first level hit Prime as well. And so Corinne was able to do both of those this last month, as I mentioned before, along with a bunch of you as well. But we wanted to spotlight her, especially because the person that hit Prime on her first level is our special guest today in Kristen Brunius. So we want to bring Kristen Brunius on now to discuss a little bit what we've got going on with this 3-day resetting we have going on. About a month ago, Kristen, you and I chatted about this, and man, I loved the idea of it, and here we are now doing it live for everybody. What makes you most excited about what we got going on?
Hey everybody, glad to be here. There's a lot of things that make me excited. Actually, this idea, I have to give credit to Corinne because she was sort of the one who really implanted this idea in me. But what I love about the 3-day reset is that it's just a bite-sized approach that whether you're new to Soul or you've been doing Soul for a long time, it's something that everybody can do, everybody benefits from, it's super affordable. And it benefits everyone no matter what stage you're at.
Oh, I love that. And so how have you approached this going into this? I mean, you've been around for a long time as well. You already have an existing group of people that are a great organization, but then obviously you have new people you're talking to as well. How has this worked as far as introducing it to people? What has worked for you?
So the top 2 ways that I introduce it to people is 1, I really take advantage of stories, both in Instagram and Facebook. That's been more or less my bread and butter.
Okay.
In the new social media platform, what we're finding is that your posts that you do, they're not seen right away. And so it could be days or weeks or sometimes even months before people come across those posts. Whereas a story is something it's here, it's now, it's relevant. So I kind of like almost like a not an everyday play-by-play, not like a sitcom, but I I talk about what I do throughout the day in my stories and sort of just document not just what I'm doing with my kids and my family, but also what I'm doing in terms of soul. And then the second way that I introduce people to the 3-day reset is the good old fashioned text and direct messages. That personal touch will never go away. You will always have to reach out to people directly, but it helps if they're seeing it in your stories as well as when you reach out and you reinforce it.
Oh, I love that. So you're kind of teasing it a little bit on your stories. So you're having individuals that look at that, maybe like it, comment on it, and then you follow up with a direct message or a text. And then basically you're saying what? Join me, let's do this together. What does that look like?
Well, it varies from person to person, and that's
Sure.
the personalization that you can do with social media. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's somebody liked something that I posted, or they replied to a message, and I might reply to them like, "Hey, are you curious what I'm doing?" I One of the benefits with using Facebook stories and Instagram stories is that you can see who's watching it. And so if I see
Mm.
consistently day after day that Jordan is watching my stories, I might reach out and say something jokingly like, "I know you've been watching me. Are you curious what I'm doing? You want to chat about it?" And just kind of opens the door that way. Or sometimes I just let it naturally happen. They might reach out to me. I might just do a direct reach out to them and say, "Hey, this is what I'm up to. I think this would be a great option for you," and just kind of pull off the Band-Aid that way. So there's no one right way.
Yeah.
It's completely individual and it depends on the person.
Oh, I love that. So with these stories that you're posting, are you seeing a trend in people watching them or liking certain types more than others? I mean, I know there's so many different ways to do it, from just recording yourself talking to doing it with different graphics and words and all that. What does that look like for you?
Well, I will tell you consistency is key.
Okay.
Just with everything. When I first got really consistent with posting stories was in August. And now we're sitting here in January. So it's taken a while. But what I'm seeing is the numbers are increasing the longer I've done it and the more consistently I do.
Mm.
So that would be the first thing, just to realize that if you start posting in stories today, you're not going to be getting 5, 6, 700 people watching your stories. It's probably going to start with, a few dozen. But what I notice for engagement is people are always interested first in who you are as a person. So the stories that I post of me with my kids or me with my husband, funny things, that my dogs do, or things that are really important to me are always going to get the most engagement. But if I sprinkle in there what I'm doing in terms of my health, they get to know not only who Kristen is as a person, but also the things that are important to me and what I'm doing to stay healthy. And it starts to build that trust. And so you want the personal stuff in there so that they know who you are and that they trust you and they see you're a real person.
Yeah.
And, I'll include things in there like, yeah, we go out for pizza. I still enjoy Coca-Cola from time to time and things like that to make me a real person, because when you're real, people trust you more. And when they trust you, they're willing to move forward with you.
Oh, I love that. So you're saying that every story isn't just like a commercial for Soul. Like you're actually building your own brand and talking about what you've got going on so people get to know Kristen Brunius and not just the commercial that it could be.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah. As
that.
a matter of fact, I would say, I can't remember what the 80-20 rule is called, but I tend to think about 80-20. 80% is your own photos, your own content, your own life. And even when I am talking about what I'm doing with Soul, I try to make sure the majority of it is my own content. Only about 20% of it is, sort of like stock photos, things like that. So if you're drinking the Cinemate, take a picture of yourself drinking it, or take a picture of your mug. um, and the more authentic it feels, the more you're going to build that layer of trust.
Oh, I love that. And that's one thing I'm excited about, because when we were talking about this 3-day reset, we talked about how we can kind of flood social media with all these posts and stories and everything else. If we're really drinking the 5 drinks every day, I mean, there's 5 opportunities every day for us to take a picture, do a story, do a reel, do some sort of a post that says, hey, it's go time and here's what I'm starting off with, or we've got something else going on the next time, or however that works. Is that kind of what you're planning on doing as well?
Yeah, so my game plan is I like to do this once a month. So generally, am I drinking the 5 drinks every day? I am. But I highlight, the process of the 3-day reset once a month. And this month is particularly fun because we're all doing it together,
Yeah.
right? And so that brings and builds a lot of momentum. Even this morning, just, waking up and seeing all the people tagging Soul and posting in their stories and all the participants super excited because a lot of people kicked off today. That just builds momentum and it makes everybody excited. And the more people who are doing it, the more people who want to do it. And it just, kind of creates a domino effect.
Oh, I love that. So then with the people that you've been talking to, we obviously have our new people that we're introducing with the trial box and the 3-day reset to Soul. But you also have a great organization that's already been in Soul for a long time. What does that conversation look like when you're talking to them about this as well? And what are the results you're seeing?
Well, and that's what I love about this is it's not just, one size fits all sort of thing.
Right.
And so, there's several different categories of people who are right for the 3-day reset, which is, let's just say it, everybody. Um, the first group would be your people who are just committed. They're on Soul subscription. Some of my customers have been with me since the beginning. For me, that's, 7.5 years. And they're jumping into the 3-day reset because they're looking at it as, I'm going to shake up my routine a little bit. I'm going to try, you know, a new product. I'm going to see what I like. I've never tried the Royal or whatever. So that's kind of category one.
Hmm.
Category two is the people who maybe they're just 1 or 2 products a month. They're pretty committed to those products. But when they try the 3-day reset, once again, maybe they're going to walk away, wanting to continue with Excel or a different product that they haven't used in the past. The third category of people is your kind of like your people who have fallen off the wagon. Maybe they got busy last summer and they just never really jumped back in. I've been reaching out to a lot of them and saying, this is a super affordable, short-term commitment. You want to give Soul a try. Just try it for 3 days and remind your body how you felt when you were on it. And then, of course, the most obvious is new people. And the way I approach it with new people is the same way, to say it's only 3 days. It's about what I spend with my teenage daughters and their friends at Starbucks. It's very affordable. And, at the end of the 3 days, you're going to have a really good idea of what you like, how you feel, what you notice, and you can make the decision to continue or not. And it's like a low pressure way to give Soul a try for those new people.
I love that. And with the new year kicking off, new people have new resolutions. We're all trying out new things in 2025. And so it seems like it's a perfect time to reach out and say, hey, give this a shot too. See how you feel and where it goes from there.
Yeah.
I love that. So what kind of results are you seeing? There for the person out there who's like, hey, I've been on Soul for a long time. I'm a little concerned at what's going to happen if I take 5 drinks in one day. Am I going to explode? What's going to happen? What are some of the results you're seeing there?
Oh, that's funny. I feel like people always assume that they're just going to have these like crazy negative results, and I haven't had anyone have anything negative. Some of the things that I've heard is, some people who struggle digestively, where their digestive system's a little bit slower, that'll get back on track. I've found people are telling me they're sleeping better. I actually had somebody ask me if it was possible that, their vision could have gotten a little crisper. And I was like, I don't know, that's a pretty extreme result. But I suppose a lot of people talk about just having more energy, feeling fuller. I've had people lose a couple pounds. I mean, it's all over the place. It tends to be, you know, very individualized. So if you're someone who perhaps doesn't sleep real well, usually you're going to find that you start sleeping a little bit better.
I love that. And that's a great start because it seems like if we could just get our sleep in line and actually get the rest that we need, our bodies are pretty resilient and can take care of a lot of other things themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. And then with that too, I mean, if we're taking 5 drinks a day, even if we're mixing some together, so it's 3 or 4, I mean, now we're hydrating better. We're putting all the nutrients into our body that we need. And I think that's probably where some of these results are coming from as well.
I would agree. And that's what I tell people is even if they're, a daily Soul user, are you truly using all 5 of the drinks every day? And a lot of them will be like, I forget this one or I forget that one. And so it's really, even for me, it helps to keep me accountable to make sure that I get all 5 drinks in. And I look at it as a great jump start, whether you've been doing this forever. It's 15 drinks in 3 days. That's an intense amount of nutrition for your body. And for someone who's new, whatever their goal is, if their goal is to lose a little bit of weight, to be a great mom to their kids, to have more patience, to sleep better, to whatever, it's going to help you jumpstart those goals.
I love that. And with and talking before we went live, we already have a great group that you've already reached out to start this with you. I mean, today's kind of our official start, but if somebody hasn't started and doesn't already have the product today, I mean, what does that conversation look like? Is it too late or can they start now? Like, what does that look like?
No, not at all. Actually, I had 4 people who jumped in last night. So it's definitely not too late. You can totally still jump in and do it. So the fun thing about what we're doing, well, you could do it anytime, but the fun thing about what we're doing right now is, we're doing it as a company with the giveaways and the momentum and the, excitement. But if someone wants to order today, it's not too late. You can still hop in with the rest of us and we'll support you.
I love that. That's great. So everybody who's on live right now, if you have any questions as we wrap this thing up, go ahead and type them in now. But we're getting some great comments here, Kristen. Everything, let's see, the more authentic, the more uncomfortable. But if we myself treat it like I'm talking to myself, it's much easier with these stories that you're talking about. Somebody said the once a month 3-day reset sounds like a great idea. We're seeing some great stuff, right? Sue says, I like the 3-day commitment being affordable to try more products for existing customers or new products for your new customers. That was that second point you made, right? We have customers that have been around forever that have kind of gotten into their subscription order routine of I'm going to do these few products. All of a sudden they try the 3-day reset. They try some new products they haven't tried before and they go, man, I didn't know I was even missing the benefits of Excel or Royal or Cinemate or whatever one they're trying. And then are you seeing that as well? Now they're ordering new products to go along with what they were doing before?
Yeah, I absolutely have. And, I kind of look at it as if you went to the gym and you just walked a mile every single day, that's great. That's really, really good for your body. But what if you walked a mile and you added weightlifting? And until you do that, you really don't know what you've been missing. And so that's what I'm finding with people is I have a solid customer base that loves Vital and Cinemate, probably because those are my 2 favorite drinks. But since having them start with the 3-day reset, I am finding that they're like, oh my goodness, this Excel is so awesome. Or I love the Royal or whatever it is. And they're getting better results and they're just upping their game in terms of their goals and their health and things like that because they had the opportunity to try it. So it's great for new people, but definitely great for those who have been doing Soul for a while.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for jumping on with us, Kristen. This is so exciting to hear what you got going on. Really appreciate you and good luck as you continue this. We'll be looking for your stories and your reels and everything else that you'll be posting to give us more ideas on how to do it ourselves.
All right. Thanks, Jordan.
Yep. We'll see you. Okay, guys, how about that? Was that great or what? It's so fun to hear from you out there that are doing this live and working with people and changing lives. As I mentioned last week and the week before, Monday Morning Talking Success is going to involve a lot more of you coming on live and talking about your success. We're going to really stick to the name of this show, and we're going to see some great things with that. As a reminder, we've got daily giveaways. Kristen talked about that. Corporate-wide, we're doing this together. Wanted to share this post with you. It says, here's the scoop. For 3 days, you'll sip on our top 5 drinks, as we well know, to help balance stress, boost energy, and feel your best. Plus, share your reset updates on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok for a chance to win daily giveaways. Use the products you already love or grab a 3-day reset trial box to jump in. And then if you tag Soul Naturals at Soul Naturals, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to give you points. For every story, you get 1 entry per post. For feed posts, you get 10 entries per post. We'll announce winners every morning via social media stories. So starting tomorrow, you'll see that. So continue to post and do all those wonderful things you're doing so people can see what you got going on. As Kristen mentioned, there's so many good benefits that come from that. And we wanted to show you some different ones we're seeing right now, and we'll go ahead and jump into that here off of our Instagram page. As you can see, a lot of these are just so wonderfully done, talking about the products, giving some ideas, showing how they're used, great color, everything's in focus, it looks fantastic. You guys, there are some great things going on out there in the world of social media with what you have going on, right? And we're seeing some great testimonies that come along with that. So just know, 2025, people are looking, it's a new year. New resolutions, we're trying new things, we're trying to get our health back. So make sure that you are out there posting and sharing and letting people see what you've got going on. And as Kristen mentioned, be personal about it as well. Share other things you got going on. That doesn't mean you have to be taking pictures of your kids and posting them all over the place, but let them get to know you a little bit, what you like, what makes you tick. And you're going to find that a lot of people are interested and follow you because of that. And then they're going to be interested in what makes you tick and how some of these things like our Soul Naturals products are helping you, and it's going to naturally drive some interest as well. And just like Kristen said, it doesn't mean the first time you post or do a story that you're going to have everybody in the world find it and want to watch it and be a part of it. But as you continue to do it and be consistent, as she mentioned, then the algorithms, we talk about the algorithms all the time in Facebook and Instagram, it will know that you're being consistent, and it wants to reward consistency. So the more consistent you are, the more people it's going to put it in front of, the more people it's in front of, more people that watch it, the more people that watch it, the more it feeds the algorithm. It's kind of a loop there. And so just continue to be consistent. You're going to see some great things from that, and reach out to your people. Let them know it's not too late to join. It's not too late to be a part of this. They can order the 3-day reset trial box right off of the balance category on our page, or under packages as well, you can find it. Or if they're brand new, just copy that post, that link under your account for the trial box, send it to them, they'll purchase it, you'll get the $10 when they purchase it as a bonus, and then when they place their second order, then you'll get the SoulQuick on that as well, which is fantastic. Sound good? Any questions on any of that? Good stuff. As we wrap up, before we close this off, next Monday, we're going to have our Monday Morning Talking Success. We have a new co-host you'll see, and it's going to be exciting. Make sure you don't miss that. And then on Tuesday, January 14th, we are going to have our virtual kickoff at 6 p.m. Utah time. That's 5 o'clock in California. Right down the middle, that's 7 o'clock. And over on the East Coast, that's going to be 8 o'clock. And we're going to have a special opportunity at the end of it to hear from Greg and Donna themselves as Donna shares her story live and can answer any questions anybody has. But we're going to have some great stuff as we kick off this new year. We're so excited to do it with you. And as we wrap up, let's make sure we get you guys covered. First off, before we do this, as I pull up our stuff that we're going to give away and get our bucket of fun out here, I've started off my day with the Cinnamate. I made my post on our One Soul Facebook page. What is the drink next that I should be doing? Which one should I go with? We've got the Excel, we've got the Vital, we've got the Royal. Which one do you think I should do next? I'll make the post about it and we'll get you taken care of. So chime in, let me know what we got going on there. All right, as I mentioned before, we've got our 4 mystery bags. We're going to be succinct and draw these out, boom, 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 and get you taken care of. These are also kind of cool to talk about as you get them on social media. Do a little bit of an unboxing, show what you won. It's fantastic. All right, Krista says Excel. We got Vital, Excel, Vital, Vital, Excel together. Excel and Royal together. Man, you guys have got this figured out. Lydia asks, on January 14th virtual, will we have the Spanish link as well? Absolutely. We'll have Jaconda helping us out with the translation for that. Man, it looks like Vital might be winning. Excel and Royal, Jaleva says. Oh my gosh, you guys. It'll be a little bit of surprise. Give me about an hour and we'll do that one and see how it goes. So here we go. Our first winner is Debbie Cockburn. Debbie, you got yourself A mystery bag. Next up, we've got Chris Lott says the bomb. Chris Lott drinks all of the drinks together in one shot, so he says go that way. We got Colleen Vanderwood. Colleen, we got you a mystery bag as well. Here we go. Vicky, Dr. Vic says we should do Vital. That's a great one too. Tammy Peterson. Yippee! You've got yourself a bag. And last but not least, who else is feeling lucky, you guys? Here we go. I'm telling you, the more you comment, the more you write in, the more consistent you're on the show, for some reason, the luckier you are and the more likely you are to win. And the last winner is Terry Sanders. Terry, another consistent one. All four of you guys, man. So consistent. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you again next week on Monday Morning Talking Success, 10 o'clock here, Utah time. And then on Tuesday, mark your calendars, 6 p.m. Utah time. We're going to have our virtual kickoff. You do not want to miss it. Keep talking to people about this fantastic 3-day reset. It's not too late to get going. You'll see my pictures with the drinks I'm choosing to drink. As always, keep sharing the soul. We sure love you guys, and we'll see you again soon.